Well, hello there, happy campers. I'm Philosophical Chain Smoking Bear, and this is the When Will We Be Out of the Woods podcast. Now, as I ventilate myself into an early grave and wax lyrical about life under COVID, I got some emails here from y'all that should provide us with some jumping off points. This email from MR asks a question very close to my stomach. Honey, is it vegan? Now, before we get into the whys and wherefores of bee exploitation and animal versus insect, I'd like to relate the feelings of my contemporary Pooh Bear. I recall the two of us were hoeing into a jar of honey together when I turned to him and asked, Pooh, is this vegan? Pooh replied, vegans are godless socialist beings and as such should be placed in the highest possible esteem. Bees, however, must be subjugated. A credit system based on their adherence to state doctrine will either reward or restrict their movements. If they speak out, they or their family members may be taken away during the night and be sent for re-education. Tiananmen Square never happened and Hong Kong needs a good spanking. I don't know if that answers your question, MR, but it sure as heck underlines Pooh don't like bees. My own thoughts? I respect each individual's right to put whatever they want in their mouths, but until such time as science allows us to qualify whether bees identify as animals or mind having their hive shook down for vomit, maybe there are more important societal issues to address. And speaking of important societal issues, RD asks the question, is farting on your sister's slippers a crime that should carry the death penalty? Well, now that's some colorful language you got yourself there, RD, but I'll tell you. Given a sibling has emptied their cornhole over your fluffy boots, I'd say they'd already debased themselves enough and punishment might be a moot point. My advice, walk away with your dignity if not your slippers intact, and wait for Calmer to enact its revenge. If right is on your side, I'm almost certain the good Lord will send a rogue deuce to trouble your brother's stuffed toys. And speaking of soiled pelts, KB wants to know, is shit sticking to your fur a metaphor for 2020? And if so, how/where do we find the rabbit/solution? Mr. B is of course referring to the joke that bears use rabbits to wipe their asses. Is the joke true? Well, yeah. But I ask you, you see these claws? Now that might retract, but it doesn't go away. You really expect us to wipe our behinds with Freddy Krueger's mitt? Heck yes, we use rabbits, but it's not like we take any pleasure in it. In nature, you wipe down, not up. The production of chocolate bunnies is an unfortunate necessity, like elevator music or the government. As for the metaphor, well, does COVID feel like crap to you? And as for the solution, social distancing, blah, 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 wait for them vaccines, blah, 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 ask Elon. He thinks he can solve everything. That's my 2 cents on spending a penny. But back to the real question on everybody's lips. Why COVID? Well, happy campers, this here virus is just nature's way of controlling a species that's violently overpopulating the earth and taking its natural resources for granted. So as long as y'all keep multiplying and ripping shit out of the ground with as much forethought as a Jackson Pollock painting, old Mother Nature will keep spreading this gentle reminder to mind your goddamn feet on my face. And while it might be nice if Gaia only targeted dickhead conservatives and corporations who clear rainforests and block renewable energies for their own personal gain and profit, without a tinker's shit for what happens to the rest of us after they die, old Mother Nature ain't exact. Just look at the platypus. Pick an animal and stick to it. Well, that there's the takeaway, folks. Humanity is a virus and it's being kept in check by a virus. Fuck people! Happy New Year, everybody.